Welcome to section 4. We're going to be looking at credibility, getting our users to trust us. There's a large amount of distrust around dodgy scams that are happening all over the world. When we think about email, or when we think about weird websites that try and steal our data, our money, or even our time from sort of creepy companies or hackers or whatever, this section looks at ways in which we can build trust with our designs. Not only will this help with conversion rates, but it would also help us create credibility and persuasion with our users. And we're going to start off by looking at creating a case for loyalty. And I've just got a few examples here that will help us understand why loyalty is so important when we consider design. Okay, I've got to start off with Amazon. They've got a really interesting case study here where when they were starting off, they were okay with the fact that users were leaving their website. Because what they knew that they were doing is that they were creating an easy way to do price comparison. And so as users start to become more and more used to using the price comparison, they would actually start doing this when in store. So when they were in a shop, instead of just buying the product, they would actually look it up on Amazon to see whether it was cheaper on the store. And strategically, Amazon was cheaper. And so they actually got loads of traffic from there by creating the value. They created the loyalty there because users relied on them for price comparison, which is excellent. And so let's have a look at another example of where users are quite happy to be loyal to a platform. We've got appliancesonline.com. And these guys sell everything, all the way from fridges right the way through to a laptop. You can get everything there. And they've got a really interesting widget that also helps users know that they're getting a price guarantee. And so when you're looking to see whether something's cheaper, often what users were doing is that they would copy the text of the product title and then they would just Google it and see what's cheaper. Now, they used a little bit of JavaScript here to figure out when someone was copying the text, and they had this pop-up which says, "We price match." And it gave the customers more confidence that AO is more cheaper. And as a result, they have good sales. As a result, they have more faithful customers, and that's the go-to place because they know that they can price match. And let's have another bricks and mortar example. We have Aldi, the German chain. These guys are great because they every year win Supermarket of the Year, and they actually price compare. And yeah, they have a large following of faithful customers who just go there because they know they're getting the cheapest product, even though they're the same. So it's really interesting. I've done a bit of research around kind of the significance of having loyal customers. And so I've just got a number of stats here. So repeat customers are more likely to spend 300 times more just because they're loyal. They know the service, they know what they're going to get. And so that's why they stay. When we think about trying to get new customers to come on board, it's actually 5 times more expensive. You have to rely on lots of marketing and lots of trying to just get people in the shop or get people on the website. And it's quite expensive. When you contrast that, though, with the amount of money that loyal customers will spend, if you've got, 100 customers and 10% of them are super, super loyal, they will actually spend up to 3 times more than everyone else. And so we want to be thinking about, okay, when we are trying to run good business, when we're going to try and create good user experiences, loyalty is huge. Got some more stats. So repeat customers are 9 times more likely to convert than the first-time shoppers. That's kind of an obvious one. Likewise with this one, 70%. So 70% of repeat customers are, just a higher chance of converting because they've been back and they've been back. And likewise, 50% of loyal customers are more likely to refer versus first-time buyers. And so all in all, loyalty is so critical to get right. And in this section, we're going to be looking at ways in which we can really help you with specific tips and very hands-on design of how we can add in trust factors of ways that we can encourage our users to buy from us and, more importantly, be loyal. For further reading, I'd really recommend Hooked by Nir Eyal, How to Get People to Do Stuff by Susan Wainshank, and also Evil by Design by Chris Nodder. These folk have done a lot more in-depth research on this, and I'm actually borrowing from some of their concepts. So even if you don't want to buy the books, you can still watch this course and see the highlights of it. But I'm referring to these 3 books. They're really excellent at understanding how we can build trust, how we can get people to just commit to us, These ways look more into the world of psychology, which is not for this course. Okay, so let's get started. Let's have a look at how we can build credible applications, experiences, and websites.